So this is the tool I've been using for cabling for a couple of years now. It's an Ideal brand VDV II Pro cable tester and meter. It also detects PoE. It's got one problem that is not documented, and there's virtually no information that I was able to find online. The only way I was able to discover this is I finally broke down and called their technical support, talked to a great guy named Scott from Ideal, and he instantly told me how to solve this problem and said he deals with this all the time. So I decided to make a video for anybody else having the same problem with the meter. This may apply to the other VDV meters. I don't know. This is the only one I've used, and it drives me crazy. So here's the situation. So you go to use the meter, and you turn it on with nothing plugged into it. And sometimes it will just be reading 0, and you plug a cable in. When you plug that cable in, it still reads 0. Or sometimes you take it out of your bag, and maybe it's been bouncing around and pressed against things, and as soon as you turn it on, there's a reading of a certain amount of feet. In my case, it said 35 feet with nothing plugged in. I checked all the ports, they were all clear. So I go to plug a cable in, and the reading just goes up. So I know that this is a 12-foot cable. I've checked it and verified it. It's 12 feet long, open-ended, nothing on the other end. But if I plug this in currently, it just goes to 0. So Scott told me this is a really easy fix. I don't know why they don't have the documentation, but here's what you do to fix it. So turn the meter on with nothing plugged in at all to the ports. And while you're on the data mode, you press and hold the up button, the down button, and the wrench icon all at the same time for about 1 or 2 seconds until the screen flashes. So press and hold, screen flashes, goes back to 0, now it's reset. Then when you plug your cable in, you should get a proper reading, 11.5 to 12 feet. It's pretty accurate. And then you can adjust that to the gear icon again, or the wrench icon. You can change the percentage depending on the cable you're using. Without adjusting that though, I'm just going to go back and check the cable again. So 12 feet, 12 to 11.5 feet, pretty accurate. And it seems to work every time. So if I turn it off, turn it back on, 0's out, plug the cable in, 11.5 feet. So I'm supposing this feature is if you wanted to kind of zero out a patch cable you were using. Maybe you're using a 10-foot patch cable to connect into all your switch ports, and you wanted to subtract that from your total cable lengths. So you could plug your known cable length in, press and hold the buttons again, zero it out, and then from here on out, any cable you tested on top of that should give a more accurate reading. So that's all I've got. Hope that helps everybody out there like it did me.